may I invite Honorable Dr. Lesan Azadi, sir, to please enlighten our students.
Thank you very much, Smita Madam. Very respected Principal Dr. Pooja Narwarkar Madam. Very happy to meet you and very happy to listen to your inspiring words. My dear colleagues at the Academy, Mr. Parag Kandale, sir, Mrs. Preeti Shirke, Madam, and Mrs. Saili Dubash, Madam, and all my other colleagues at the Bahai Academy. We are so delighted that consistently the new law college, Sangli, has been implementing a very innovative program of human values, self-development, community engagement of the Baha'i Academy for the past 7 years, non-stop. Yes, we started it 7 years ago with a commitment and with the consistent efforts of the college, especially the principal, Madam, and with the support of the staff members, we have seen results. We have seen that the students have really transformed themselves, have become better lawyers. Recently, we published a book called Success Stories, where some of those who attended similar courses,
Dr. Azadi sir,
when they have written what impact the course has had on them. Impact is not a momentary thing, if it is now I'm impacted and after a few minutes I forget it, so that is not impact. A lasting impact, a lasting influence. And we are so happy that some of the law students also from your college have written that they have become better lawyers by attending this course. Of course, as the Principal Madam mentioned, this course is not just a one-way traffic. It is your engagement, your full participation in the course that makes a difference, that makes really learning happen at a deeper level and helps all of us to internalize what we discussed. So I welcome all of you, dear students, future lawyers, to this wonderful course. I have prepared a few slides to share with you today. So as far as time permits, I'll share some of them with you. I will also request your input in between. So please make sure that you also actively respond when I ask a question to you. So I welcome you all, dear students, to this course. And I want to congratulate you that you have entered the legal course, which will make you legal professionals. You are students of the first year, so no doubt you have a couple of more years to go, but this is the start. And I'm so happy that you're starting on the right footage. I'm sure that you know that law is not just a job. Becoming a lawyer is not just to have a job. It is a profession of responsibility. So you have now taken on yourself this most crucial responsibility of becoming a lawyer. So being a lawyer is not just matter of your own development and security. You are here to change the society, to shape the society. And that is a much, much greater goal. And it definitely demands more capability. It demands that you, from day one, look at yourself as change makers. So for that reason, This course has been brought to you by our joint collaboration to help you think of those dimensions of your future legal profession that usually it's not included in the law books. So certainly, this course is going to add value to your law course. Now, coming to the college is a new stage in your life. Until you are at the school, okay, you are under the care of family, you're under the care of the teachers who really monitor you every day in, every day out. But coming from the school to a professional educational course like a law course, it's a great transition period. Uh, if somebody else was responsible for you when you were at the school, now that facility is no more there. Now you are responsible for whatever you do. So this you have to really appreciate, that this gives you not only a greater freedom, but also a greater challenge. Because to be able to use this freedom, which is there for your development, you also need to have greater self-discipline. So keeping that in mind, a number of topics have been included in this course of personality development, which will help you to achieve that self-discipline. You create your framework, you decide the boundary that you will not transgress, that you will not cross, because your success is to function within that boundary that allows you to develop all your potentials. So freedom does not mean chaos. Freedom does not mean that I do whatever I like. No. Freedom comes when I am obedient to laws and rules. Therefore, this transition period from the school to the college, can make us or can break us. It's you who decide. So, the law course that you have joined, the college that you have joined, is going to shape your professional identity. As Principal Madam mentioned, later in the course, we are going to discuss about your personal identity, who you are. But also there is a professional identity. How will you be known as a lawyer? And it is this period of a couple of years that you are in the college that identity has to be formed, has to be shaped. We have seen the students who have passed from your college with most impressive identity, and they are successful in their professional work. And we want you also should really be one of them that has a identity of a lawyer as it is expected to be. We discuss all these things during the course. So this course, coming to the college, gives you an opportunity for your personal growth. So you're not coming to the college only to listen to lectures or to know from which page to which page you have to study this week. No. You're coming for developing those hidden powers and talents and capacities which are with you, and how you are able to align them with your future profession as a lawyer. There are some common misconceptions. Many people believe that success in law depends on a few things. For example, you should memorize the law perfectly. You should know on which page what is written, which law, what is the case study, What were the judgments of the Supreme Court? So they think your success really depends on that. Or you understand the cases properly, or you are able to argue effectively. Am I right? Many people think that to be successful in law depends only on these things. But these are not enough. What makes a great lawyer is, first of all, your integrity. Integrity means you become a man of principle. Your values, they are not clashing with each other. If suppose you believe in honesty, you are honest always, whether it is when you argue in the court or when you go to buy something from the mall or when you're at home talking with a family member. So your personality is a personality of integrity. Everything is in harmony with your values. That is one very important element that makes you a great lawyer. So I know what can I expect from you because I know your values. I know your principles. So you will not be behaving in a contradictory way. The second element, which is so important to make you a successful and great lawyer, is your empathy. So you become a lawyer who feels what the other people feel. And you go beyond that and you behave with compassion towards them. So lawyers work with people and lawyers work with societies. Lawyers work with communities. So empathy is so important as a human being. The third thing that makes you a great lawyer is your courage. Courage does not mean that you drive your car or bike at the speed of 120 kilometers per hour. No, that's not courage. Courage is when you stand for truth, when you don't compromise with values. The other element that makes you a very successful lawyer is your discipline. Personal discipline, work discipline, these are all related to each other. And then commitment to justice. No matter who is your client, you have only one objective, and that is to make sure justice is done. So you need to understand fully what is justice. Now I want you to take a minute and write down in the chat box which of these five qualities to you is most important to make you great lawyer. Well, I'm very happy that you are so active and you are responding to the question that I made. But I'd like to give you one little homework, if you like. Because I said there is no wrong answer. So whichever answer you said is, of course, right. You said according to you, integrity is more important than courage or discipline or commitment to justice. You are perfectly right. But I want you now to create a, I don't know if you know what is a mind map, or if you don't know, doesn't matter. You draw a sort of a sketch on a piece of paper and then put all these five qualities which I mentioned: integrity, empathy, courage, discipline, and commitment to justice. And then you draw lines and see whether each one is connected to which one more closely. Suppose, is integrity connected to courage, for example, or is courage connected to discipline, and so on and so forth. So you try to connect these things, whichever you think is connected to whichever. And if you like to also explain, whatever a lawyer will say should have reason behind it. Then you give a reason why you think, suppose integrity relates to commitment to justice. Write one sentence. You think like this. Because of this, these are connected. Or because of that, courage is connected to empathy, and so on and so forth. All right. And then when you make that sketch, please take a picture and share it on the WhatsApp group. I guess there is a WhatsApp group, Mr. Parag. Is it right that all the students can
Yes, sir.
have
Yes.
joined? Okay, great, fine. So then please draw a nice colorful sketch and then share it on the WhatsApp group, uh, connecting all these qualities together and your reason why you think which one is connected to which one. I hope this activity is clear for everybody. If it's clear for you, you please show the thumbs up in the chat box so I know you have understood my request. All right. Now, law is a moral and social profession. Why? Because lawyers deal with rights, rights of the people, individually and collectively. So definitely, it's a great moral responsibility. You also will deal with conflicts among the people. Now, how do we resolve conflicts? And the result of the conflicts should not be more of disunity. The result of the conflict is that you will unite the people rather than divide. What is the fun in such a exercise of law when people start fighting with each other more? So that's definitely a new way of looking at law for you, that how do you exercise it? That you can bring the conflicting parties together. This is a moral and social profession because you're going to talk of justice. You're going to establish justice. And justice is not only about reward and punishment. Although reward and punishment are two pillars of justice, but justice is more than that. We are going to discuss it during the course about how to bring about a just society. And you are going to deal with the lives of the people. So people who come to you, your clients, they have genuine problems. That's why they come to lawyers. And you are going to help them out. So please look at your future profession as a moral profession, as a social profession. So the purpose of this course, as it was mentioned by Sminta Madam and also by Principal Madam, it develops your personal character because yes, if you're going to exercise a moral course, a moral profession, then your character should be definitely acceptable, should be a moral character. How can a lawyer have a character which is not moral? Then you're also going to exercise and learn about your professional ethics. What are the ethics in law profession? We are going to discuss in details about the code of conduct of a lawyer. So we are not free to do what we like. We have to follow some code of ethics that are approved by the authorities in law. You're going to develop certain life skills because there's a problem that when we are in the college and in the school and college, very often developed of the life skills is not happening. So now, how do you develop your life skills in this course, which is going to be for a relatively fixed short period of maybe 2-3 weeks? So you have to take the maximum advantage of that. And you're going to learn about your social responsibility as future lawyers. As it was mentioned by Dr. Narwakar Madam, the course begins with knowing yourself. Who are you? And it is used as discovering oneself, because you discover what? You discover something which is unknown to you. And if I ask you, please define who you are, although it sounds a very simple question, but when we start writing it, we feel it is very difficult, We are not interested to say that I'm a student of law, I'm from Sangli, I'm from... No, we want to go beyond it. Means, what is your reality? Because your body keeps changing, isn't so? During your lifetime, many times your body changes, all the cells change. But some reality remains. What is that? That is your real you. It's so beautiful. Then, what are different types of personality? And under which personality type do you fall? Because if you're able to identify your personality type, then you will have a better focus to develop your personality according to that type, because we are all different from it. Of course, these types of personality, which are defined 9 or so, 9%, these are general. But then each one of us is unique. So what is your uniqueness? And how do you become aware of yourself? Self-awareness. No. Now, why self-awareness matters for a lawyer? Because number one, you understand your strengths and weaknesses. When you're aware, you know what are your strengths and you know what are your weaknesses, so you can develop your weaknesses. Secondly, you can make better decisions when you know yourself, because you know you are weak at what. If suppose my weakness is that I make hasty decisions, I try to decide in a haste rush, I know this is not good, so I control not to make hasty decisions. And then knowing yourself, self-awareness, helps you to manage your emotions and stresses. Law profession can often become very stressful also. So you need to know your emotions, to manage your emotions. Also, you need to manage emotions of others, your clients, the other lawyers, and the whole system. So, self-awareness is definitely a very essential topic that you need to learn about. Secondly, the vision and purpose in legal life. First of all, what is the purpose of your education? I don't know whether you have ever thought about this, but definitely it's going to be more than getting a certificate which will give you a job. Then again, as I said, professional code of conduct of a lawyer, that's going to help you to see what is the framework within which you are free to work. The code of conduct is like limitations within which you can work. You cannot cross those limitations. And then, what are the moral responsibilities of a lawyer? This has to become part of your vision as in your legal life, the purpose of your legal life. Now, we should remember that society expects lawyers to protect their rights. Think of yourself. When you go to the lawyer, you don't want the lawyer to do illegal things for you, and the lawyer will never do it and should not do it. You go to lawyer because you feel that your right has been, undermined. Your right has been taken away from you. So the client comes to you with full trust in you. When you you stand in the court and fight the case, the court system and the judge also wants to have trust in you that you are following the proper procedures and the proper protocols. And then, of course, society also should trust you, because the outcome of the judgment will affect the society. So, trust in protecting rights, trust in upholding justice, And trust in maintaining integrity is what the legal profession is all about. I'm sure none of you will take your case to a lawyer who is not trustworthy. Any one of you will take it? I doubt. And I'm sure no. Now, the third aspect of this course is about building capabilities, because however eager you may be to become a great lawyer, and I'm sure you are, if you don't have necessary capabilities, your desire will remain just as a wish. We don't want it should remain as a wish. So, how is the course going to help you to build your capabilities? There are some key skills that you are going to learn and some key attitudes and key values. For example, you will learn about emotional intelligence. I don't know whether you know what is emotional intelligence. Because very often when we talk of intelligence, we think it is only about mathematics. It's only to think smart. But there are many different types of intelligences, and one of them is emotional intelligence. And for our personal life, and for our legal life, and for our professional life, we have to develop our emotional intelligence also. Secondly, the skill of goal setting. Yeah, you are bound by time. We are not the kind of lawyers who want to drag a case for year after year and years after years. No. So we have to set goals. We have to have analytical thinking, and we have to have creativity. All these things require skills, and the course will give you practice in all of them. Now, emotional intelligence in law will help the lawyers first to understand their own emotions and the emotions of their clients. By having emotional intelligence, you can communicate effectively, and you are able to manage conflicts. I guess these three little points helps all of us to appreciate how important is emotional intelligence in the life of a lawyer. There are some other key capabilities. For some, teamwork. Yes, some of you may join law firms where there are many lawyers, and you have to work in teams. In fact, now almost all the professions require teamwork. You need to develop your great power of visualization and imagination. This capacity is with all of us when we are born, but some of us lose it. And in the case of law professionals, you really need to have the power of imagination and visualization. So there is some exercises in the course that you'll be doing it. And I request you that since the course is very short, whatever activities are given to you by the dear resource persons, teachers of the course, please do it. Even if you have to spend a little more time, doesn't matter, but do it, because all those will help you to develop the key skills that you will need. Then effective study techniques is not just about college study. You know, a lawyer has to study so much, has to study the case so much. So what is effective study techniques? And then how do you develop your self-confidence? And of course, a very, very important capability of a lawyer is quest for truth. You are eager to find truth. You have thirst for finding the truth. Because legal profession depends on truth, not on falsehood. You have to be a lover of truth in whatever case you handle, in whatever study you make. And you find it when you are honest. Otherwise, you'll miss the ball, you'll miss the truth. And then you have intellectual integrity. That means deep within yourself, you are honest to yourself. You interpret the laws honestly. You will not try to find the loopholes through which you can just win the cases, but you will try to establish the truth, even if it is against your personal benefits. Then, of course, the course also includes element of community engagement that you can do it online, you can do it offline. Of course, if you do offline, a set of capabilities will be developed in you. If you do online, different set will be developed in you. But we encourage that you may even do a combination of both online and offline. It could involve community research, because again, research is going to be a very, very important aspect of your legal profession. It's going to involve networking, again, a very important aspect of legal profession, and of course, initiatives for social justice, because that will give you real experience in life of profession. And your bigger goal of the course is your self-development, your ethical development, your professional skill development, and your social responsibility. So I want you to think, what defines a respected lawyer? It's not just your success in the court. It is the trust that people have on you, the court has on you, society has on you. Can you create that trust? Your image of being a trustworthy lawyer, your own integrity. This keeps coming again and again because it all summarizes in integrity. And as I said before, compassion. You're a human being working with human beings, not with rigid, dry laws, but you are going to help the human beings and the society. And of course, your commitment to justice. Now, I want you to think of this quotation, which gives you really a key to exercising justice. It says, and if thine eyes, is your eyes, if thine eyes be turned towards justice, if you want to do justice, what you should do? Choose thou for thy neighbor that which thou choosest for thyself. Means you ask for others the same thing that you want to have it for yourself. At the end of the day, you will ask yourself, is this justice? If this way it was done to me, would I be happy and satisfied? If the core of your heart says yes, you have done the right thing. But if no, then something is wrong. Thank you, dear students. I give you a final reflection. You can again write about this. That is, what kind of lawyer and what kind of human being do I want to become? Please try to define what type of lawyer you want to become and what type of human being you want to become. I want you to write it now, today, because it's the beginning of the course. And I want you to write the same answer 10, 14 days from now when the course is finished, and see if there is any change in your vision about what kind of lawyer you want to be and what kind of human being you want to be. My best wishes, dear all, and I really am so interested to have the privilege of meeting you in person, either at the college or at the Bahai Academy in Panchgani. God bless you and thank you so much.